Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, 3 days in. We don't normally work a 3-day week, but here we are. We're still going strong. Kate, Thierry, Jamie, Micah, good to have you with us. Let's talk about what's up.
I'm not saying, has it been tough?
You know what
I've
just thought about?
What's that?
We did a big piece yesterday on Rodri saying there was too many games. I mean, is there a union for pundits? I mean, is there too many shows?
You know what? I quite like where you're going with this.
Yeah. I mean,
too much work.
Together. Do we need to have a word with the
Yeah, we
top
need to stick
brass?
together. TT?
I don't say anything anymore because you never know.
Okay, let's talk about what a good night was for France, because 2 wins for French sides today in the Champions League. Monaco with a 2-1 win over Barcelona. Brest in their very first Champions League game ever, and they get a 2-1 win over Sturm Graz. We're going to start with the game between Monaco and Barcelona. Thierry, you want to walk us through what we're going to see here? I'm not quite sure.
Akliouche.
Oh, it's Akliouche, the goal for 1-0.
How can you not know? How can you not know? You can do it. First and foremost, we need to see why they're down to 10 men with Eric Garcia making that mistake. We talk about the goalkeeper, obviously, passing the ball at the wrong time for Eric Garcia, and Eric Garcia found himself in a situation where he has to foul Minamino. And I think if you go down to the low, it is a red. And then, as we mentioned, that is not because you're playing with 10 men. Sorry, Akliouche, you have to give him his credit. Controls the ball. You have to give also Singo a lot of credit for the overlapping. He goes back on his left foot and goes first post. It looks a bit like the goal further in of Lamine Yamal in a way. In a way. It's different because Lamine Yamal is a bit more clever by blocking the defender, but that was a good finish from Akliouche.
As you said, it's nothing to do with 10 men. Pedri's got to do a lot more there defensively. We love him as a player technically, but it was so easy to walk past in the box.
So for Barcelona, it means they've taken their first loss of the season. Lamine Yamal, though, still very special. Micah?
Yes, well, I did mention him before the game. I mean, you know, certain players I just pick out.
How are you aware of all these young players?
I smell it. It's the research, you know?
So who is it? Is he taking over Mbappe for you, or...?
We'll see, you know. He's the next up-and-coming. I mean, I love him. What did you say, Matt? Sorry? Let's roll right again. No, we talked about the Akliouche goal.
Clever.
But I mean, I think when I mentioned about his decision making, his finishing, his technique, all these attributes that he does have, but he's very clever as well with the timing of the run and then the lean on the defender. And then as he comes inside onto that deadly left foot, it's just remarkable.
Thank God that he scores, because if he doesn't score,
the pass is on too.
Maybe.
But with the confidence he has, he's going to shoot. Come on,
if you score, you're right.
And I think it's only right that I do the winning goal.
Why?
Have you seen his name?
Yeah, I think it's pretty right.
This is your best shot. Go on.
What was it we were saying before? Was it Thierry?
No, just try.
What was it before we were doing the... it was like a song.
The song, then do it. I don't know, you did a song.
No, you started me off. What was it? Give me a little touch.
But just say his name.
No, this is unbelievable. Ilanika Hina.
No! Ilanikena.
If you say it like a song, it rolls off the tongue. Ilanikena.
That's a ball lost from Barcelona, by the way.
Yeah,
so
they
no
lose
complaint.
the ball.
Yeah.
Look at that long ball. Ilanika is in. Can the goalkeeper do better? And he just puts his foot through it, Ilanikena. And it's a massive win for them. They've had some great results in the past. We keep mentioning that he's onside. And again, this is just really, really poor defending. Again, nothing to do with the 10 men.
Keeper do better here, Jamie?
Yeah, it almost seems like he guesses to go one side. Yeah, he tries to read it early, reads where the shot's going to go, but it's a great win.
We're going to go back to the game that we were talking about before David Raya came and spoke to us. So the game between Monaco and Barcelona, there was one final incident we didn't get to look through there. Sorry, which one was it?
Balogun!
Oh.
It was. He went through.
Why are you screaming?
Oh, I've got extra energy now. But he went through. The referee initiated it. It went to VAR and they overturned it. So, in the end, I think it was the right decision. You see there, the referee. He's going over to monitor. I don't think there's enough there for a penalty. and he does very well to get the decision correct.
And again, that's what VAR's for. That's VAR working at its best.
Just in terms of the result, obviously before this game kicked off, we were talking about Hansi Flick, how successful this new era has been under him, won every game that they have played so far. Is this a damaging result against Monaco, 2-1 loss?
Well, when you lose with Barcelona, it always goes places, and I think people will point at they were playing with 10 men. But I think on the two situations of the goal, they're in possession, they lose the ball cheaply on the second one, and that could have happened even if you're playing with 11. It's a long ball in behind, they were in position, one centre-back goes in, ball goes over the other one. So the two goals were not, and it's not like they suffered. They didn't really suffer after that. A couple of opportunities for Monaco, more not on the counter. But this is the thing at Barcelona sometimes. A defeat can mean more than just a defeat. Although you're well. So look, at the end of the day, we'll go down to that. That's the first defeat. They were playing with 10 men. So I think they will give him a pass on that one. But if he carries on, obviously, then he can become a problem over there. But I don't wish that on him or on them, obviously.
Well, let's go ahead and hear from the manager from Hansi Flick, who's been speaking to Guillaume Balaguer.
It's impossible to explain this game without the sending off. But
yes,
at the same time, what have you learned about your team?
No, I said to them that we have to the heads up, because I think we try to get a good result for this with one player less. We came back with a 1-1, which we defend with a lot of passion, but at the end you also can see they have a lot of speed in the road, Monaco, and we have to say they deserve the 2-1.
And then when you had to bring players on, they are kids, so you cannot wait, I imagine, for the return of some of those that are injured to get the kind of depth that you need in games like this.
No, well, it's okay. It's we see what they can, the players, and in the training they're doing really great. So we have to learn about that. So we have to speak about that, analyze the match, and the most important thing now is to recover, because we have 2 days for that to get the energy back, and then on Sunday we play in Villarreal, and it will be a tough match.
A defeat in this kind of new Champions League, does it mean a lot?
Yeah, it's 7, so we have 7 matches to go, and now we lost, and but I'm positive about this. Because today I saw a lot of things, good things from the team, but also some situation we have to play better.
Last one, a word on Lamine. What can we say?
Yes, Lamine is a fantastic player. So the goal he scored was great. He gave us the confidence back, and but also it's like we also have to protect this kind of players, also in La Liga, also in the Champions League, because it's very important. But in this age, with this quality, it's good to have him.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you, Guillaume. Good stuff. I tell you what, so Monaco with that 2-1 win against Barcelona. Let's talk about the other French side who got a win today, which was Brest, a 2-1 against Sturm Graz from Austria. Obviously, Brest playing in the Champions League for the very first time, playing in Europe, period, for the very first time, playing at home, so to speak, but in a home away from home, because their own stadium didn't meet the UEFA regulations.
The rival of Brest, by the way, which is
where they're playing.
Yeah, it's but they had to, so they couldn't do anything else.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to do this. Okay, we have this is cool. We're going to go back to the other game, the Monaco-Barcelona game. The score of the first goal for Monaco, Magnus Akliouche, is with us, and Thierry in here. Thierry, you guys gonna have a conversation.
Hey, this is my time. I didn't speak a lot this week, as you noticed.
This is one of your players on the Olympics.
Coach, c'est le coach. Marnès, tu m'entends? Ouais, plus ton coach maintenant, pardon.
Ouais, très bien.
Ça va?
Ouais, effectivement.
Écoute,
ça va bien, très bien.
Bravo pour ton match déjà pour commencer. So I'm, telling him well done for his game. Qu'est-ce que tu as ressenti quand tu as marqué ton but?
What did you feel when you scored your goal?
Qu'est-ce que j'ai ressenti? Vraiment beaucoup de plaisir, une joie énorme à la maison contre le FC Barcelone. Alors là, j'ai entendu l'hymne de la Ligue des Champions, c'est ma première. des frissons. C'est un petit rêve aussi de gamin pour moi. Donc marquer comme ça chez toi, bah, voilà, c'était pour moi quelque chose de magique.
Marnes, attends, ils sont obligés de traduire. Parce que vu qu'on
Oh, it's
parle pas
me?
anglais, yeah, you have to
Okay. Oh,
translate.
I didn't know it
Ils
was
sont
going to
obligés
be
de
me,
traduire.
though. Well, okay, all right. I'll pay more attention next time to make sure I get it right. But basically, you said it was a pleasure for you. It was a joy to score at home against Barcelona. This was your first game in the Champions League. So just as a young kid, this is a magical moment to then live this.
Marnes, j'ai une autre question. Quel est le but de la saison, c'est quoi? Essayer d'être champion et d'aller chercher quoi? Un quart de finale, demi-finale en Champions League? En général, quand Monaco est en Champions League, le club va toujours loin, sans vous mettre la pression.
Non, c'est ça, il faut aussi remettre Monaco à sa place. On pense que l'AS Monaco doit jouer la Ligue des Champions tous les ans. Déjà, ça, c'est un objectif clair. Après, bien sûr, qu'on vise le titre, être champion, pourquoi pas. Et en Ligue des Champions, c'est que du plaisir. Voilà, on a aussi des choses à respecter au niveau du plan de jeu. Après, c'est que du plaisir. Le coach nous le répète beaucoup. Et on donne tout simplement le maximum avec le sourire.
Okay, so Thierry, your question was, what's the target this season for Monaco? Is it quarterfinals? Is it semi-finals? Monaco is a team that traditionally goes far in the Champions League, and the response was that, yeah, they're looking to put Monaco on the map, to be playing in the Champions League every year, and why not to try and go ahead and win this competition? That is their goal, but basically it's a pleasure to be there as well. Go ahead, yes.
I'm on the roll, I'm hot tonight.
Wow.
Marnes, tu sais très bien ce que je pense de toi. Tu as marqué en espoir, tu as marqué ce soir. Est-ce que tu penses que tu peux aller chercher les 10 buts cette année?
Oui, bien sûr. Je pense que c'est quelque chose de réalisable. Maintenant, il va falloir que je sois concentré sur des détails. C'est une première un petit peu pour moi, 2 matchs par semaine. Donc, il faut que je sois très attentif à ces petits détails-là qui ne pardonnent pas dans le monde professionnel. Mais je vais faire le maximum pour être décisif. C'est important pour moi, c'est important pour l'équipe. Donc, je ferai le maximum pour ça.
I'm sorry, I had the producer talking to me at the same time as your question. What was your question?
Oh wow, can he reach the target of 10 goals this year?
Oh, yes, and he said, yes, I think that's achievable. In 2 matches a week, that's definitely doable. He wants to be decisive for the team. Est-ce que moi, je peux te poser une question aussi? En fait, on voulait bien savoir
sûr,
que
tant que c'est en français.
Thierry, comme entraîneur, ça va? Comment c'était? We'd love to know what it was like to have Thierry as a trainer.
Monsieur Henry.
Oui.
Comment c'était? Il avait des idées claires, le coach. Voilà, on sait que c'est quelqu'un qui apprécie le jeu offensif et défensif. Il nous donnait beaucoup de liberté et ça nous a apporté aussi une liberté pendant les Jeux Olympiques et c'est ce qui nous a permis d'aller aussi loin. Donc le coach a fait aussi ce qu'il fallait de son côté.
That was super. Okay, so basically he said that Thierry has clear ideas, that they were very well explained, that he gave the team freedom, and it was that freedom that then allowed the team to go as far as they did in the Olympics.
Merci Marnes. Vous me manquez et tu me manques.
Beaucoup, moi aussi beaucoup. Hein. Faut passer à l'occasion.
Oui, je vais passer.
They miss each other. I love it. Oh. Merci beaucoup aussi. Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I just want to add something. You see, I can ask questions. It's just the other night. No question for Pulisic. No question for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Both. So it wasn't a personal thing. If you're looking at me, Pulisic, Christian, it wasn't personal.
All right. Okay, cool. I enjoyed that interview. That was nice to hear from
Very
a
nice,
former
huh?
player of yours. Yes.
Yes.
Very cool.
You see his eyes? Nice eyes. Huh?
Yeah, nice eyes. Okay, well, guess what? All 18 Champions League games from match day 1 have now been played. What does it mean? It means we have our first table of the league phase.
Yes! Table, baby, Jamie! Take it away, please,
Well, this
sir.
is the first time in history we've had a table like this in the European Cup, stroke Champions League, and this is what it's going to look like. And this is my message to everybody, every broadcaster and every newspaper out there. Put the layout like this. I think it's difficult to look at a table from 1 to 36 in one block. The way we've done it at CBS, I think this is the way it should be done all around
Before we go
Europe.
on, I'll invite you to go on this block first.
Okay, so everyone's only played 1 game, so hence why, teams have got 3 points, 1.0, but the reason Bayern and Celtic are at the top because of goal difference. We haven't put the goal difference actually on there just yet because it might be a little bit too much for everybody to take in, but we know Bayern and Celtic had huge wins.
Hold on before you... It's a great week for Celtic, Jamie.
A massive week for Celtic.
Big win for them, wasn't it?
Huge, absolutely huge. Great time for Brendan Rodgers and the team. And
Liverpool just sneaking in.
Well, we just sneaked in with that big win away. But as you can see, that's the top 8, and this will grow the further we go on through the competition till when it gets really exciting, big weeks in match day 7 and match day 8. But these are the 9 to 24. As we know, we'll go into the playoff rounds.
Knockout rounds, playoffs.
Knockout rounds, playoffs. Real Madrid at this moment would play Stay in Graz, but of course it'll keep changing. And elimination time.
Relegation zone.
Relegation
I've
zone.
been there.
You've been there.
In red.
Yes.
It's not a nice place. Who have we got here? Ooh.
Well, we know Feyenoord and Dynamo at the bottom are there because of the goal difference. They lost heavily, didn't they?
Want to pronounce that one, Jamie?
Zavetsa.
Savannah? Zvezda.
Yes.
Let's go. Ooh, let's go.
But that is the first table, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. Certainly we get to sort of match day 3, match day 4, match day 5, when it becomes really exciting, and we'll take you there. On the back of every match day, me and Big Meeks are going to go through the table.
Oh, that's it, apparently. Awkward silence.
Back to you,
Awkward
Kate.
silence. I know, the camera wasn't here, so I was waiting. Thought I was going to come around. Hello, there you are. And with that, we're going to go to a break. And guess what? I think it might be. Is it, Matt? Yes.
It's
the
time.
Europa League quiz is next.
Big win for Monaco. Louis-Pierre Fillot has been watching, and actually Monaco, Louis-Pierre, 3rd in the table, unbeaten this season. Maybe we shouldn't be that surprised they've turned over 10-man Barcelona tonight.
Yes, it's a surprise for sure. And you talked about Atalanta a few minutes ago. The question is the same for Monaco, maybe able to finish in the top 8 because they were really impressive today. A young team, as you said before, but with a lot of talent, but no experience. At the end, it was the first Champions League game also for the coach, Adi Hütter, because as a coach, he never played a Champions League game. So really impressive team of Monaco with the young Ben Seguir, the young Akliouche, the young Lamine Camara, the young Ileni Kena. We have to learn his name because I think he's only 18 and we'll have to pronounce his name many times now. So a really, really good night for Monaco tonight. They will have to play against Inter Milan and against Arsenal in the next weeks, but maybe it's the biggest opponent of their calendar. They had to play today and they won against Barcelona. And I think the fans here had a better night than my neighbors in the press stand because the Polish commentators were not really happy with what they saw. They waited a lot, of course, from Lewandowski, but we didn't see the Barcelona forwards today. If you look at the stats, 17 shots for Monaco, only 4 for Barcelona and 1 on target. It's the goal of Lamine Yamal.
That's the life of a commentator. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Thank you very much, Louis-Pierre. As always, he was in Paris for us last night. He was in Monaco tonight, clearly. I'm going to send you up to have a little look at a couple of the key incidents, Owen, at the big screen, if you don't mind.
Come on, then, let's have a go.
Kit and pointing us through what worked and what didn't.
Well, to be fair, this is just the start of the game. It's at 0-0, and it's Barcelona in possession. And to be fair, normally we see Ter Stegen is so brilliant in possession. That's Eric Garcia. I've just highlighted him there. And this should be quite an easy opportunity to play out from the back there. So I'm just going to run it quite slow because Ter Stegen knows this is actually quite an easy pass. Before that would have been Busquets and it would have been a little wall pass. I'm going to run it slow. Watch what happens. Ter Stegen's waiting for him. And just about here, for whatever reason, Garcia decides to change his mind, and he's not there. And then it's just that turnover possession, and it just goes real quick. That's a mistake, which leads to the red card, which is really disappointing. I think Ter Stegen, normally he knows somebody's going to be there. They're not, and that obviously leads to the red card. And actually, the 2-1 for Monaco, look, this is how Hansi Flick wants to play. We got the 2 centre-backs from Barcelona. That is a huge space to fill when you're not the 2 quickest players. Just going to highlight.
They're not even level, are they? One's dropped off.
Nowhere near. And this is why Hansi Flick plays. When Bayern won the Champions League, they were super high. Ilya and Ken in there. Just going to run this real slow. He just realizes there's going to be a space that I can run into here. Kubasi goes forward, and obviously Martinez comes here. And it's just, they make a little bit of a mess of it, and they're in.
Yeah.
And that high line, look, when you turn over the ball, it's brilliant. But when you make mistakes, it can be a massive problem. And I think the only bright spot really for Barcelona was the fact, that Yamal was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I'm just going to run that back a tiny second, Maka.
Yeah, you see him here pointing. Shows.
He just point. He knows. And he knows the space is there.
And he's on the wrong side. He's looking at the centre defender. He knows he's on side. Van der Sar, the left-back, is all over the place. Slows himself down, bumps him. But this was the bit here. He knows now. He's got Salisu, one touch, left foot, chop inside. And a bit like the Monaco first goal, just whips it into that near post as the goalkeeper is moving across on his right foot. Lovely finish. And the fact that it was his first goal, you know, suggests that there's going to be many, many more to come.
I mean, the kids have shown the way tonight, haven't they, in a number of games, actually? Yeah. Obviously, we've seen...
Well, the kids and the old boys as well. Di Maria...
Well, true, there's been a smattering of them as well. It's the ones in the middle you got to worry about. But, in Ilikena, it was, I think, 18 you mentioned.
He was brilliant. Yeah, actually, he was 21 for the first goal.
Yeah.
Obviously, 17, obviously. And at a time where you also look for who's the next big one, whether it's Vini, Haaland, Mbappe, whoever. Also, the kids showing that sooner rather than later, you'd have to count with them.
I mean, what you would say about the over Monaco with a better team, of course, as we've seen. But Barcelona threw it away today. I mean, it was mistake after mistake after mistake. And whether that's inexperience or whether it's Hansi Flick's instructions, they're going to have to deal with it because they're a million miles off being a good team, aren't they, what we saw today? Yes, of course, the injuries, they speak for themselves and they need the experienced players back as soon as, but Gavi won't be back anytime soon. You know, I don't know how bad Frankie de Jong is.
Well, they can't get him right, can they?
They can't get him right, no. Yeah. Danny Olmo should be back soon enough, but they can't rely on that because they're going to play better teams now. They're behind the 8 ball already with losing tonight. Yeah.
And you look back at the start of the show, we talked about the potential winners of this competition, and Barcelona are kind of in the top 6 or 8 teams. Not on tonight's evidence.
Well, there's
no chance.
City...
And Real, then a gap.
City, Real, and then there's probably 6 teams behind.
Are Barca in that, though?
It's a false dawn because of their La Liga starts. That's what it is. But if you look at the teams that they've faced, they shouldn't be 6th best team in Europe. They're not. When you look at the starting 11 that they've had to put out, and more importantly, the rest that are on the bench today, they're nowhere near got the same firepower as... You know, you could name 10 teams across Europe who are stronger than Barcelona easily.
Let's go back to Bergamo because I think we've got Martin Keown and Rio Ferdinand waiting to give us the benefit
How's
of
his butterflies? That's the most important thing.
The butterflies settle down, Martin.
Yeah, they did. It got a bit hairy when the penalty came round, but Raya was absolutely magnificent. That was obviously a major moment in the game. We thought the guy up front was absolutely magnificent, the striker. Take nothing away from him. He probably should have put the follow-up away. I think he was going safe. But Arsenal were pretty pleased tonight. They caused a lot of problems for Arsenal. It's quite complex the way they play tactically. So I think the boys should be proud, really, coming away with a result away from home. Not too many teams winning away from home or getting anything tonight in Europe. So they'll be pleased.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And when you think, we've just been discussing Barca slipping up Rio in Monaco, it looks, I suppose, in the rounds, a better and better point when you look at it in the context of all of that.
Yeah, well, these are the Europa League champions, so they won that, and then they had a fantastic end to their season. And they're a team that can beat some very good teams. Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, the way that they press, and Martin alluded to there, that the formation and the way that they're kind of structured, it does cause problems to teams. But I thought today, it's a fairly even game. I would say probably Atalanta will be the ones probably a little bit more disappointed because they had that penalty. But Arsenal are able to roll their sleeves up now and go anywhere. Not long ago we were saying that Arsenal could go to away grounds and they get put away by teams because they can't roll their sleeves up. Now they've got 2 centre-backs, they've got a goalkeeper now that are just so hard to play against. And you've got Ben White doing his bit, Timbers now coming in. They're a team, also, when you're changing players and making substitutions, the level doesn't drop really. So
that was significant.
And that shows there's a depth to this team, but there's also a mindset now that makes them a really a big threat, I think.
Calafiori looked really impressive coming on. He walked past, he was a huge guy, isn't he? Again, it's like land of the giants now again at Arsenal. It's kind of like going back to their original DNA under Wenger, where it was tough, hard to beat, and I think you relied upon those players tonight. Wasn't sure about Jesus down the middle, wasn't really secure in possession. Havertz and him were sort of switching that role. So I think it looked better with the substitutes that were made.
Guys, just when you think back to your own experience as a player in the Champions League, and actually it takes a bit of time, you know, in terms of having that experience, winning those games, actually going to a place like that and getting a point. It's actually a great point. I think for the teams we played with, we would have got, obviously, you want to win. But a point is actually a good point away from home in Europe. And I think Arsenal also need to learn that. You don't have to win every game. You know, take a point when you can against a good side.
I think this is part of their education. That's the way I'd be looking at it if I was Arsenal, because they are inexperienced at this level. They haven't really shown their teeth properly in this competition to say that we are one of the big boys. But I think it is, like you say, it's stepping stones, and it's building the confidence and putting those foundations in place and just chalking things like they come into a place like this. We didn't get beat, we kept a clean sheet, and finding and searching those positives they can take and,
it's a learning
continue
process,
the momentum.
You have to go through that, you know, to learn as a group, and you draw off one another. You're looking around the dressing room. We were just chatting there to Declan about Martinelli. No goal in 17 games now. You know, is he going to spread that love, that leadership that you need? You know, you build towards something special, but you get, don't you? You've got to make those baby steps. You've got to come here and show the rest of Europe that you can get a result. People know they've beaten Marseille, Liverpool, the way they dispatched teams last season with a number of changes to that 11, by the way, and they still look a really good outfit at Atalanta.
I think people like Jorginho are vitally important as well. He's had his hands on this trophy. He's experienced. He's like a bit of a manager on the pitch for Arteta, and he's someone in the change room who's got a big influence. And I think the words, the body language of someone like him go a long way as well.
Boys, it's Macca. I just wanted to know, what would they like going forward today? Do they really miss Ødegaard? We know how strong they are at the back. Are they going to score enough goals?
I think that'll be my concern at the weekend. I think the creativity, I think that was something that you look at today. I think the manager said it in his post-game comments. A bit sloppy, ball retention wasn't where he'd want it to be, and that will have to improve, and they have to be more clinical and decisive when they get that 1 or 2 opportunities, because let's face it, City aren't going to give them 5-6 opportunities. I'd be surprised if they get that. Today, Martinelli had a really good chance and wasn't composed enough. They're areas where they'll have to clean up their act if they're going to get anything out of the game against Man City.
Ødegaard is without doubt a big loss, because he kind of sets everything going. He runs out into that pocket for Saka, and it kind of opens up the space for him. He can feed him. Havertz was a little bit fixed tonight. Wasn't moving in the same way. They try to drop him in and out. I don't think that works. I think you've got to have an out-and-out striker. And maybe Trossard maybe comes in at the weekend to fulfil that role, although maybe Martinelli now's position's in question, because, as I say, in front of goal, he just needs a little bit more composure. But I think the manager will stick with him, to be fair.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Raheem Sterling's involved, of course, against his old team. Boys, thank you very much.
Cheers,
Appreciate
boys.
it. I know it's late out there in northern Italy. Look after yourselves, Martin. Get Rio to look after you.
Guys.
Oh, hello. Well, this week, the new Champions League era has kicked off in style. Next week, the new Europa League era begins. And that also means more teams and more games. And that got production thinking. Always dangerous, because they love to make us fight one another for honours. So that is what we're going to do. Here is our new game. It is called Where in the World is This Europa League Team?
Oh, my
So, Micah, Jamie,
God.
you versus you.
Where
It's
in the
your time to
world?
shine on the big stage. Let me tell you how the game works. We're going to give you the badge and the name of the team, and you tell us the country it is in. So all you have to write down on your whiteboards is the country it is in.
That's easy.
So
The country is in.
you will get the choice of 3.
Jamie will get it.
It's multiple choice.
Dead.
Okay, so
He's
first
dead.
team, is Elfsborg,
Dead.
is it Denmark, Sweden, or Iceland?
Should we just write it down?
Write down your answer.
Ooh.
Tell us when you're ready.
Go on.
Ready, Micah?
What have you got?
Turn your screens. Jamie, why'd you write it so small? Turn it around.
Elfsborg. What have you put? Iceland?
No, I've put Sweden.
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 Sweden. You are both correct. Do I give them a point each for that?
Yeah.
Well, that's how it
1
works.
point
Quiz.
each. Correct.
Go on then.
Okay, next team, RFS. Your choices are Latvia,
Oh, my God.
Belarus, or Estonia.
This is just a pure guess, isn't it?
That's the one I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I'm going to go...
Oh, you were supposed to give us a...
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I was about to say Humurdu, Sweden. You didn't say anything.
Go on,
How
Mike.
are you?
Sorry.
Come on,
Go ahead, turn around.
Oh, sorry.
Both of you are wrong. The answer is Latvia. Tell us something, Thierry.
Club in Latvian capital, Riga.
Riga.
It's the best club there.
Excuse me.
That's what they said. That's not what I said.
Go on then.
That's what they said.
Excuse me.
Question number 3. Karabakh. Is it Kazakhstan? Is it Azerbaijan? Or is it
Did we
Georgia?
have them last year?
Ah, that's easy.
It's not easy.
That's easy, sorry.
It's easy when you got the answers.
No, that's easy.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Don't rush.
Carragher.
You get someone in your ear.
I've got someone in my ear. Behave. What have you got,
Are
Jamie?
you ready? Micah, turn it
I
round.
definitely don't think it's Kazakhstan. It can't be.
Azerbaijan?
I've got Georgia.
Azerbaijan is correct, Micah. Okay.
That was a guess. It was a guess.
Exactly. I know it was a guess. That's not what a quiz is about, though, is it? We should know them.
Right.
I'm
Next
expecting
one.
you won the UEFA Cup in 1984 or something. None of this
What, you
nonsense.
angry?
What, before I was born? Yeah, I'm really going to know that, aren't I?
By the way, now they play in Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan. They were displaced from their original hometown of Agdam in 1993 due to the First Nagorno-Karabakh War.
Wow.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Thierry. Ludogorets,
Don't
Bulgaria, Romania, or Moldova? Ludogorets. Jamie, you're 2-1 down.
Oh, I really don't know.
Jamie's making a choice. Micah, have you made a choice?
No, I've already put mine.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Ready? Turn it around. Let's see what you got. Romania, both of you said. Both of you would be incorrect.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Yeah,
Very big.
based in the Bulgarian city of Razgrad, first Bulgarian team to win a Champions League point.
Wow.
When they beat.
Bulgaria.
Yeah,
Very big.
based in the Bulgarian city of Razgrad, first Bulgarian team to win a Champions League point.
Wow.
When they beat, or points, shall I say, when they beat Basel 1-0 in 2014.
I should know that, but I play with some Bulgarian players.
Go on.
All right, next club.
That's
Sorry.
Ferencvaros, Cyprus, Turkey, or Hungary?
Say that again.
Ferencvaros.
Ferencvaros.
I've got that one, baby.
I know that one.
Oh,
I
no,
know
you
that one.
don't.
I do.
You think you do?
Oh, what? You think it's one of those?
Oh!
You threw me!
Take your time.
Micah, just stick with your instinct.
Just go with what you said at the beginning.
Don't let it get in your head.
You threw me!
Turn it around. Let's see what you've written down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Micah. Yeah, why did you
Hungary.
That's the name of the game.
Oh my gosh!
It's the most popular
I was
club
Correct.
in Hungary.
I can't
Yes.
believe I've done. What am I doing to
By
myself?
the way, reached the final.
I've got into your head.
You've got into my head. He's got into my head. He's in my head.
I get into everyone's head.
I can't believe
Now I
that. Why
understand
did I just go?
tough your job is.
Yes, of course I was going to go with Hungary.
Guys, Thierry wants to tell us some history.
Oh, sorry.
No, most popular club in Hungary, and they
Did
reached.
Puskas play for them?
That's a good shout. I don't know, but they reached final of the 1975 Cup Winners' Cup, losing to Dynamo Kiev.
Oh, wow.
How
The Cup
why did
Winners'
that
Cup.
change
What a competition that was.
Guys, it is 2-2, and there are
Everyone won that
two
in
questions
1985.
left. Are you ready? Bodo Glimt. Oh. Your choices are Iceland, Finland,
my
or
gosh.
Norway.
No, it's not.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Sweden, Finland, or Norway?
Uh-oh. Sweden, Finland, or Norway?
So it's obviously Iceland then.
No.
Help a brother out, man.
No.
Come on, let's go. I've got it. Come on.
What have you got, mate?
Come on then, hurry up.
Are you
Come on,
ready?
quick. Stop looking
Have
at
you
people.
been to any of these countries,
But
Jamie?
why did you say Iceland? Why?
No, just
Because
write
they made
down
a
what
mistake
you've
and
got.
Iceland was on the card. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Micah, go ahead. Make your choice.
Go on, Jamie. What you got, mate?
I'm going for Norway.
And you, Micah?
Fuck's sake.
Oh my God!
I didn't swear.
Whoa!
I didn't swear.
Whoa!
I didn't swear.
I've won the quiz.
I said frig's sake. I said frig's sake.
I've won the quiz.
I said
I've
frig's
won
sake.
the quiz.
Oh, what do you mean I didn't swear?
You did, and
I
you
said
know
frig's
what?
sake.
Can I make a point here? I want to make a really serious point here. I did something nowhere near as bad as that a few years ago on this show. You swore. I nearly swore. And you know what happened?
I didn't.
No. I'll tell you what happened. The producers of the show brought it back up half an hour later and asked me to apologise, and no one even heard it.
I didn't
so
swear.
you've got a big apology coming. Which camera do you want him to apologise? Camera, fucking just apologise.
If you think I said F, I apologise, but I didn't. I said.
Is that the non-apology?
I didn't say it. I said sake. Exactly. What are you trying to do?
All the kids at home, we apologise. I know it's still only sort of 6 or 7 o'clock.
You're a role model, Mike.
In the US.
Come on,
Apologies. It's a family show.
But I didn't. Carragher, why are you doing like this?
What's the answer?
He says frick's sake all the time, doesn't he?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I got pulled up on that.
I didn't hear someone was talking in my ear, so...
Was it Norway?
The answer was Norway.
Yes!
What did you write down?
Well,
I think he had...
We're going to give Jamie the point for that one.
Quiz.
You definitely lost that one.
Quiz.
3-2. You could draw.
I'm not going to put an answer.
I know, so you don't get a point. That's how that goes.
Bordeaux is from the town of Bordeaux.
What?
It's from the town of
Okay,
Bordeaux,
go ahead,
exactly,
please.
and they beat Roma one time in Europa, in Conference League, 6-1 at home.
All right. Jamie, this is for the win. Micah, this is for the draw. Minute and a half left to go of the show.
You can win this on away goals.
Come on, everyone. Okay, final team is, keep your head in it, keep your head in the game. Union Saint-Galloise. Oh no, I've said it wrong.
No.
Union Saint-Gilloise.
Saint-Gilloise.
Gilloise. Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. Jamie, have you got one down?
Yeah.
All right. Micah?
Belgium.
Is correct. I'm afraid Jamie Carragher has won the quiz.
You're afraid?
We're docking you extra points for swearing during the show.
Oh my.
Look at how he wrote Belgium.
You're not trying to...
Belgium.
Micah, we all feel a little disappointed in you, I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
The team that's in the 3 under the bus.
Threw me massively. I didn't even swear.
Listen, if I'll speak to HR.
No, but
I'll speak to the boy. Come on,
that'll go well, won't it?
Keep him. He's a big part of the show. Please.
Why do you think his job's in danger?
I don't know.
Oh, we got 10 seconds left, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining in this week. We'll be back in about 10 days. Champions League match day 2. We will see you then. Micah may or may not be with us.
All of us. There might just be 3 of us.
We don't know.